And now you're everything is here. So I'll let you. So the other thing you want to.
Talk about 21st century stuff that blows your mind.
Now you're unmuted and you can talk to everybody. See if I can hear you. Just say hello.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
And when you speak, you'll want to speak louder so they can hear you better. Anything else?
So I just stay on this, huh?
Yep. If you want to turn your light on over
It's
there.
very difficult to realize that it's in real time.
That's true. Yeah.
Let me see.
Everybody's in a different place.
Oh, your light doesn't work?
We all grew up with Dick Tracy and his two-way wrist radio.
Flip that light on. Your desk light, Daddy. Okay.
When
now
I
can
was
see you a
looking
little.
for music to put into the occasion today, I talked to some musical friends, and I have a that I respect a lot, and I have a hello to you from Betty Crone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's in Nashville, and we get to see her once a year, usually in our winter trips, but not this year. So, but I called her, and she said, "Oh, Billy Ruland."
Yes, we would have had to grown up together for me to be called that.
Yeah. Well, I didn't grow up in this town. I grew up in a town should be unnamed, Center Moriches.
Unnamed.
Right. You're good. Have fun.
Thank you, dear.
Hello, Bill.
Hi, Mary.
How are you? Under your name, it says Peter Ruland.
That's my son. He'd be the techno guy on this end.
Well, you got that right.
Right.
He's on everybody's text list. Hey, a lot of people are signing in now.
I already played some music for Bill, and we had a little private concert. Should I
Oh, nice.
should I play now, or just let people kind of come in and say hello? Because I'm not sure if they would if I was playing, you know.
Oh, there
Okay.
we are. Hi, Bill.
Hi.
Oh, I see people now. There you go.
It's Karen. I was way back there, but I moved up. Yeah, we should move the table.
How are you today, Karen?
I'm good, Bill. You're looking good.
Feeling pretty good today. Had 2 units of blood yesterday,
Oh boy, huh?
so I'm pumped up.
Are you pumped up with the O negative or?
No, I think it's A positive.
Okay, well, O negative offer still stands, Bill.
Thank you. I feel like we're in a stare down.
I know. Maybe some more music, Pat.
You know what?
I feel like we're in the Brady
People are still signing in. It's just 5-2 now.
Okay. All right. This is a lovely, lovely little theme that was on the Ken Burns series about the Civil War. Just the prettiest little melody.
Hi, Mary. It's Karen.
Hello, Karen. How are you?
I'm good.
It's good to see you.
Hi, Scott. I can hear you through the wall. This is
I want to say hello to everyone.
Hello.
Hi, Mary
Mary
Ellen.
Ellen.
Tom's here too.
Hey, Tom.
Howdy all.
Hi,
Hi.
Tom.
Hey, Brian. Nice to see you.
Peter Ruland, looks just like his dad.
Okay.
Oh, I see some Orchard City people.
Pat, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
The church looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's a pretty little church. It really is.
Wow.
And this lovely piano. Shall I play a little bit? It's kind of quiet. Huh?
Sure. Hey, there's Anna.
Keep going.
Yeah, people are still signing in. We have another minute. Okay, what do you say we get started? Does that sound good to everybody?
Sounds good.
Sure.
Okay,
And can everyone hear me?
Yes.
yes.
All right, can you hear me now? I think John had to do something to unmute me. It is so great to actually see so many people. So I would like to start by welcoming everyone on behalf of the Mattituck-Laurel Civic Association. This is our event that we hold annually called the Citizen of the Year Award event. My name is Ann Smith, and I am currently serving as the proud president of the Mattituck-Laurel Civic Association. The Civic Association is dedicated to informing, enhancing, and preserving our quality of life in our hamlets and in our town. Honoring a citizen each year supports our mission to celebrate service and dedication to our community. Living through the COVID-19 pandemic as we are this year, as you see, we are celebrating in a new way. And normally we would be chatting and interacting and having a nice social time at this point. So I just want to let everyone know we did a good job trying to do that as we entered through Zoom. Living through this has certainly been a challenge, but on Zoom, we at least have the chance to see each other and interact. So since we're on Zoom, I'd like to just give a few guidelines and let you know how the program's going to work today. Today we have former music educator from Southold Schools and resident of Mattituck, Pat Filer, who you've been chatting with, and she's been welcoming us from the piano at our Redeemer Church. Pat is going to also be playing some walk-on music for each of our presenters. So as you're introduced, there'll be a short little few bars of music, and then you'll be unmuted to start speaking. So thank you, Pat. And again, it does sound lovely and look lovely where you are. Thanks so much. I'd also like to thank the MLCA board members and our directors and the people who are on the committee that actually got this program together today. So thank you to Charles Gwelly, past president, John Carter, vice president, Chris Shashkin, our secretary, George Mall, treasurer, and our directors, Jean Schweibish, Mel Morris, and Mary Ellen Tomaszewski. Mary Ellen and Jean co-chaired the committee for today's event, along with our members, Maureen Diggin and Vicki Cortez. So thank you. We'd also like to thank Meryl Kramer and John Carter for hosting and managing the Zoom platform. Meryl has donated her Zoom platform from her architect firm for all of our member meetings this year. And so far, we're doing pretty well with it. So a few reminders about Zoom. If you can turn your video on so we can see you, that's fine, you can do that. But I also want to remind everyone that we can see you. And when you're muted, then we won't have the speakers interrupted. So we'll be making sure everyone's muted when that's needed. Also notice in the bottom, there is a chat function where you can send messages, write messages through the program to the group or to Bill, or to the group to Bill. And we are recording today's event as well as the chat. So we'll have a nice memory book and video for Bill and his family. I think that's all of the reminders. John is on the Zoom platform, so if anyone needs help or needs reminding, he's going to jump in. So on to the main event. This year, we are proud to announce that William Bill Ruland is the Mattituck-Laurel Civic Association's 2020 Citizen of the Year. You could applaud now if you'd like, even though you're muted. The MLCA Citizen of the Year event celebrates the service of a deserving individual who's helped foster our sense of community. So a warm welcome to Bill and his family. We have actually, I thought his, I think it's Orchard Park family was only joining by video, but I see some are here now. So Anna Agro, welcome, and her husband, James, will be joining us in video along with her children, Vincent, Alyssa, and Jenna. So we'll have that treat in a little while. And also present with Bill at home today is his lovely wife, Linda, his son, Peter, his daughter-in-law, Janine, and his granddaughter, Rose. So welcome, Bill, to you and your family. It's usually Bill who's up at the microphone talking about someone and telling a story or two, some that you're a little nervous about. But today, Bill, you get to hear people talking about you and all of the things that make you special to us. Bill inspires and reminds us to be stewards of our future. His history lessons, commitment to the agriculture roots of our community, and leadership as past president of the Mattituck-Cutchogue School District Board of Education, his work as councilman and deputy supervisor on the Southold Town Board demonstrate his love for our community. Bill is highly regarded for his ability to pose the right questions, share a story, and interact with others in a respectful and unassuming manner. I first met Bill when I was interviewing to be the principal at Cutchogue East Elementary School in 1996. He was Mr. Ruland to me from then on. Under his leadership in the school district, we were able to embrace our friends in Laurel, renovate and build much needed classroom space, and bring our K-6 students together at Cutchogue. We created a vision for success for our families. In April of 2001, we dedicated the new building at Cutchogue East. At that event, we had parades, music, and dignitaries, and we also dedicated our library to Mr. Ruland. The William P. Ruland Library is named to honor his dedication to our children, his love of literature and learning, and his support for the education of the whole child. Since then, Mr. Ruland has gone, he's gone from being Mr. Ruland to Bill, from boss to friend. I've come to know the Ruland family, working with Linda at our Universal Pre-K, working with Pete and Janine at the high school, and eventually working with Bill as a town board member on several school projects. His efforts and guidance helped us build the North Fork Coalition for Behavioral Health and other important school town projects. Some of you may have received that gentle coaching that Bill can provide as you're walking out of a meeting. He often reminded me to be sure to be inclusive, to give everyone time to speak and be heard, and would use a story to illustrate a point and help guide our efforts. His role as guide and mentor is valued by many. So thank you, Bill, and congratulations. We wish you well, and are happy to be celebrating with you and your family today. So we have some speakers, and we're going to get some music queued up here. We have a series of speakers today. Some are calling in, some have Zoomed in. We're going to hope it all works out. We're going to start with the supervisor of Southold Town, Scott Russell. And before he speaks, I just want to also acknowledge we have some board members present with us today. Councilwoman Jill Doherty, Justice Louisa Evans, Councilman Bill Gocio, and Councilman Jim Denizio. And I think there are several other people here from the town celebrating with you. So let's cue up some walk-on music for Supervisor Russell. Okay, take it away, Supervisor Russell. We can't hear Scott, John.
His microphone is unmuted.
Okay, Scott, maybe you have to put your volume up. Off to a good start.
Can you come in here?
Here we are.
Scott, we can't hear you.
Stand by.
Okay, back to maybe a little bit of music.
I think you could probably. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you fine.
Oh,
Who's me?
Okay, well, I moved rooms, so.
There you go, Scott, right here. You can see you're right there.
Okay, you can hear me now? Okay. Bill, first, I wish I was there to be able to present this to you in person, and more importantly, I wish you were here with me like you have been for the last 12 years. I'd like to read a proclamation. One of the problems with presenting a proclamation is they're generally only about 1 page long, and I would probably need about 30 pages to cover everything that you've done and everything that you've meant to this community. Whereas the Town Board of the Town of Southold, on behalf of the residents of Southold Town, wishes to join the Mattituck-Laurel Civic Association in honoring William Bill Ruland as he receives the Mattituck-Laurel Civic Association's Citizen of the Year Award for 2020. And whereas Bill, after graduating from Mattituck High School in 1966, Bill continued to work on his family farm in Mattituck, where he raised his family and where he currently lives with his loving wife, Linda. Whereas Bill served on the Mattituck-Cutchogue Union Free School District Board of Education for 24 years. With 13 years as president and chief financial officer, he has been the treasurer of the Long Island Cauliflower Association Board of Directors, former director and vice president of the Long Island Farm Bureau, and served as town councilman and deputy supervisor for 12 years. Whereas Bill has become a part of the fabric of Southold Town community, and he exemplifies what it means to be a civic-minded, caring, deeply person about the town and the people who live here. And whereas Bill is being honored for his selfless dedication, service, and loyalty to the residents of Southold Town, now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Southold hereby congratulates William Bill Ruland as he receives the Mattituck-Laurel Civic Association's Citizen of the Year Award for 2020 and extends sincere appreciation for his tireless efforts. Just a couple of notes I had made myself when I heard that the group was honoring Bill. I couldn't have thought of a more worthy person to honor. The lessons that Bill has taught me when I became supervisor and I got to know him well from a lifetime of experience, the challenges of farming, land preservation. Bill was actually one of the earliest landowners to sell development rights as part of that program and helped us understand the drawbacks and the benefits. there's labor management, the issues you don't think of when you first run as supervisor. And he's always had experience in just about any field that we've ever talked about. But there's one thing that he's taught me, and I think he taught all of us, is dignity and grace. Those aren't the type of things you learn about sitting around the conference room table. It's not the type of things that he can teach you. It's the type of thing that he shows you. It's the person he is, the character that he's been displaying for so many years, his commitment to his family, to this community, and to his heritage, and his heritage of farming. You know, I joked, and many of you, I'm sure just about all of you have heard this by now, but Bill was actually president of the school board who handed me my diploma when I graduated Mattituck in 1982. And I mention this because that was 40 years ago. Bill had already been contributing his time and efforts to the community. And here we are 40 years later. And if not for Bill's recent health setbacks, I have no doubt he'd still be contributing to this community, that I could call him up and he would be here as soon as he could to help me through any problem that I had, as I'm sure he would help any one of you. I know a lot of people that don't know Bill have sometimes looked at him or viewed him as stoic or serious. He's not. Let's not confuse that with contemplative and attentive. I don't think there's an issue that we've ever discussed at the town board, no matter how big, no matter how small, that Bill didn't take the time to look at through every angle. Bill had taken the input of the public very seriously on issues, on his beliefs, on the issues he stood for. He would always try to see it from someone else's eyes. And he was willing to rethink some of the positions he may have taken. And do not get me wrong, Bill would stand his ground when he believed deeply in an issue and a position he has taken, but he's always given people the respect of being heard. And he's also, he's got an excellent sense of humor that people might not be aware of. If you're around him and you make him laugh, one of my biggest pleasures at work session was being able to make Bill laugh. And, you know, I joke, I think Bill told us a story once about his first date with Linda. Bill, I think you went to the movies, maybe the one at what used to be the movie theater in Mattituck, that's now the sporting goods store, if I'm not mistaken. And I asked him, how much did Linda pay for the tickets back in those days? The humility. I'm sure I know Bill well, and I know Bill is probably very honored today, but he's also probably wondering what all the fuss is about. Bill has never done anything for the accolades. He's helped because it's intrinsic and inherent within him. It's the only thing he knows what to do. He has never done anything as a path to glory. Bill, thank you for the dignity, the grace, and the humility, and for the example that you are to all of us. You have set the bar high, and it's difficult for others to reach. But thank you for giving us all the inspiration to try. Bill, I was proud to call you my deputy for many years, and I'm even prouder to call you my friend. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Russell. Thank you so much. I'd like to see if we can determine if Assemblyman Palumbo is on the call. I think he's had to call in, and I don't know what number he's calling from. So, Angela, if Assemblyman Palumbo's here, can you unmute and let me know? Okay. Okay, so it looks like we should wait and see if he gets to call in. I'm sure they'll let me know. And perhaps, Pat, if we could move on to the music you have prepared, and I will introduce the Director of Southold Town's Director of Senior Services, Karen McLaughlin will be next. Okay, Karen, I do see you now. Okay, can we unmute?
Karen, you can unmute yourself.
How's that?
That's perfect.
Karen?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Good. Hello. Hello. Hi, Bill. First of all, I'd like to thank the Mattituck-Laurel Civic Association for this wonderful opportunity to share in this celebration of honoring our friend and colleague, Bill Ruland, as Citizen of the Year. I just prepared a little thing. It was like 17 pages, but I cut it back to one. I've had the privilege of knowing and working with Bill for many years. In hearing people describe Bill, they often refer to him as an honest man with a strong work ethic, a quiet and reserved man who leads by example, and he's always tries to do what's best for the people of Southold Town. I could go on for some time describing Bill, but the one thing I would say is what a wonderful mentor he has been to me and so many others who have worked for the town. Bill would always remind us that we had a big responsibility in serving our community and that we must always remember we work for the taxpayers in Southold Town. Bill even delivered Meals on Wheels and volunteered serving lunches from time to time at the senior center. I remember him thanking me for the opportunity in his unselfish way and commenting how he was forever changed by the experience. Bill launched many initiatives, but his fleet management plan, I believe, was something very near and dear to his heart. He was committed to improving the overall efficiency of departmental fleet operations while protecting our environment by supporting efforts in greening our fleet. In 2013, he energized me, even though I had no experience in this area. We worked together on a plan, and before long, we introduced electric hybrid vehicles to our fleet, and through grants had charging stations installed in several town locations. To date, I think a lot due to his efforts that we've reduced our overall cost per mile by 76% and reduced carbon emissions by 15,000 kilograms. So Bill, it's like planting 380 trees and letting them grow for 10 years. Bill, you have mentored this social worker into a fleet manager and a farmer. Bill pushed this effort and countless others. I believe due to his diligence, his hard work, and innate ability to inspire and motivate, he made all of us better public servants. Rosalind Carter said, "A leader takes people where they want to go. A great leader takes people where they don't necessarily want to go, but ought to be." Congratulations, Bill, on this well-deserved honor. Thank you for your guidance, your strong leadership, and for many, many years of community service. In 2011, you were quoted in North Fork Patch that you believed it was essential for people to give back to their community, and it makes you a better person for doing so. You felt you could make a difference. Well, Bill, you are one of the finest people I have ever known, and this award recognizes and celebrates how much of a difference you have made in this community. You are truly appreciated and loved. Thank you for everything, my friend.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you so much. Somehow I'm getting feedback, but you guys can hear me okay?
Yes, we can. Do you want me to unmute? Yes.
Oh, I'm unmuted, I think. Okay, great. So we're going to keep moving. Assemblyman Palumbo is making an effort. There's some technical difficulty on his end, but hopefully we'll hear from him. But moving on, I would like to now introduce former Superintendent of Schools, Lee Elwood. And before we play his music, I also want to make sure everyone knows former Superintendent James McKenna is also here today. You've mentored quite a few superintendents, Mr. Ruland. So at this point, Pat, can we play Lee's music? And I saw Lee and I hope he's still there. There he is. Okay, great. Okay, take it away, Lee.
Hi, Bill. You certainly deserve all the accolades that are being heaped upon you today, and probably after I finish speaking, more will be cascaded down on you. But our relationship goes back over 50 years. I remember you as a 9th grade student in my English class. I remember you as one of my best baseball players, even though I did bean you in batting practice one day, but I guess you survived that. And I was just looking at your yearbook and I said, what a bunch of good looking, clean cut kids they were. So, and you haven't changed. But even as a 9th grader, you've demonstrated many of the qualities that these people have set down already today. So you have been true throughout your life. You are the ideal man for this award. You are a true Mattituckian. You know, your whole community life has been with the community, with the people of the community, and your family. So I thank you for all the outstanding deeds you have done for others, which have been mentioned previously, and especially the students you championed during your time on the school board. It is my honor to be a friend all these years. I thank you and congratulations again. Stay strong, Bill.
Thank you. Thank you, Lee. That was wonderful. And it's really great to see you and to see Jim and think about all the work we've done together. So at this point, we are going to play a little walk-on music for our county legislator, Al Krupski, who I believe is able to both see us and I think we can hear him, right? Excellent. We got you.
We'll see.
All right, let's hear his music. There you go, Al.
Well, first I'd like to thank the Mattituck-Laurel Civic, you know, and in its short career there, you've had a great impact on our community and our town. And I was really pleased when I heard you were going to honor Bill, because he is certainly a man who should be honored. And I knew Bill for a long time. I didn't grow up in Mattituck, but I had all the relatives, all the siders who grew up in Mattituck. And when I started working with Bill on the town board, he related to me a lot of the stories about Uncle Barney and Uncle Martin and my grandfather that I had known before. So they were pretty good. So when I started working with Bill on the town board, I knew him already. I knew he was important in the community. He was very active in the community. And I knew that he cared deeply about it. And so working with someone like that on the town board was very easy because he did it out of a sense of service to the community. He wasn't trying to gain anything from it except that to make his community better. And I know that he did. His hard work, the things that Supervisor Russell mentioned. I don't know who gave me my diploma, so Supervisor Russell's way ahead of me there. He knows who gave him his high school diploma. But Bill has given so much and has made such a positive difference. And I always remember when we started serving together, I was already on the town board. And I said, Bill, we're going to have some fun. And I think he looked at me kind of funny. But after a while, he realized what I was talking about. And I think we did have some fun serving the town. And I see, Luis is on, and she was there at that town board. And we did have government should be serious, and government should be, most of it should be boring. Karen McLaughlin mentioned fleet management. The nuts and bolts was something that Bill was very good at, keeping the wheels turning and keeping government running the way it should run without a lot of drama, without a lot of controversy. And he was very good at that. And so Bill's still a good neighbor. And I just want to thank this Civic for honoring him today.
Great. Thank you so much, Al. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to know if Doug Cooper was able on his flip phone to call in. I don't know. Mr. Cooper, are you here? Mr. Cooper, are you here? I don't even know what number you'd call from, but okay, Bill. Well, when I spoke to Doug earlier, he was talking about 40 bales of something getting on some kind of truck. So I know he's going to make an effort to call in, but offers his congratulations. And until we wait and see,
can you hear me?
Wait, here he is.
Yes.
Hold on.
Hello?
Play.
I'll play him in.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Doug, take it away.
I love modern technology. I've known Bill for more years than I care to admit to. We both grew up in farm families and early on learned the value of work and integrity. And it is with much pride, great pride, that I can call him a very, very dear friend. We were in the same grade in school and enjoyed many similar things, one of which many people may not know about. Starting when we were about 15 or 16 years old, we would build beach buggies, along with Bill's future brother-in-law, Howard Walbert, and ride them on the beach in Mattituck, usually as far as Riverhead, but a couple of times we went as far as Mount Sinai Harbor. We would build a beach buggy from an old car that we would buy for $10 or $15. We would cut the body off except for the front seat and the firewall, and we'd move the rear axle up, cut the drive shaft, weld it back together, and then we'd let the air out of the tires and ride them on the beach. It was a lot of fun back then, a lot of freedom. Often on weekends, you could find us there, and we learned a lot of good practical knowledge about working on equipment and motors and everything. 20 plus, one other thing, we had a club. Bill and Howard and I, mostly it was Bill and Howard, started the Northwoods Beach Buggy Association. And that was our club back when we were kids. 20 plus years later, I joined Bill, who was on the Mattituck School Board. As board president, his wisdom, common sense, insight, and fairness were educational for me and goals to strive for. I learned a lot just by watching him and listening to him. After leaving the school board, Bill got elected to the town board, where again his wisdom and common sense would come in useful. I would occasionally stop and talk to him about issues facing the town and issues facing agriculture. He was a liaison for the town board to the Agricultural Advisory Committee, which I was on. And as been mentioned by previous speakers, his wisdom was profound. And there was much greatness, Bill, much happiness, I can say, that I've known you and am proud to know you. Thank you.
I have to say that was most impressive. First of all, that we got Doug on the phone and there was no tractor noise in the background. So thank you, Mr. Cooper. That really meant a lot to all of us.
You're welcome.
Yeah, great. So at this time, I do believe Assemblyman Palumbo is on the call. Can he unmute? Are you here? Is that you, Assemblyman Palumbo? Okay, well, I got word that he's here, but I'm not hearing him. So I'm going to keep moving. And at this time, someone else from Southold Town, I also want to welcome Sarah Napa, who I see, Councilwoman Napa, who's joined our meeting. Thank you. Oh, I think I see, Assemblyman, are you driving? Okay, would you like to unmute and join us, Assemblyman? All right, you appear to, you're there and you're muted. Now, if you unmute. John, do you see him?
I do see him, and he should be coming through.
Okay.
I can hear vague audio in the background.
Right, but his microphone is red.
Hello?
Okay, we've got you. Go right ahead. Pat, you want to play his music quickly? And then we'll get on to his, I know he's busy. Okay, thank you. Please join in, Assemblyman Palumbo.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Sorry about the little bit of a technical difficulty. I just wanted to say thank you for everything that Bill has done for the community over these years. He has been such a tremendous public servant at the Board of Education for 24 years. You know, with everything he's done for the Laurel Common School District, the Mattituck-Laurel School District, for the town, at the church. And Bill, it's just that I've had the honor of serving with you, of course, in public office for a few years. But you have just been a wonderful person in the community, a wonderful public servant. We really wish you well. And I do have a proclamation for you. And in light of the pandemic, we weren't able to get you the super duper one that we prepared from Albany, but I do have it in the works, and we will certainly get that to you in the future. But thank you again for just giving me the opportunity to say a few words about Bill and everything he's done. And you please be well, and thank you for all that you've contributed to us, and as a member of the Southold community, with my family certainly thanks you as well.
Thank you, Assemblyman. I know you're on quite a schedule today. We appreciate you joining us.
Yes, thank you so much.
Sure, you're welcome. So at this point, I would like to introduce the co-chair of the Southfield Town Anti-Bias Task Force, Sonia Spar. We can play her music and then we'll unmute her.
Thank you. On behalf of the Anti-Bias Task Force, we want to thank the Mattituck-Laurel Civic Association for inviting us to this very meaningful community event honoring Bill Ruland. I was thinking about him and I found a quote that I really like that applies to him, and it says, "True leadership always practice 3 R's: respect for self, respect for others, and responsibility for their actions." And one of the things that my first lessons in a conversation with Bill Ruland was that a true public servant doesn't speak of I, but we. And he has characterized all his life through thinking about the community. How can we make things better? How can our school be better? How can our children, our town? And I think that that's very honorable and respectful. And on behalf of the Anti-Bias Task Force, we consider him a dear friend. He has provided wisdom and equanimity in all the discussions, in particular in those that concern sensitive issues dealing with bias and equity. He has promoted the values of respect and civility and that are foundational to our bias-free community, leading by example. And we have valued and appreciated his sense of humor and in-depth knowledge of our community. So we congratulate you, Bill. You know how much we appreciate having you throughout all these years in our roundtable and listening to you and having a very important discussion for our town. So I'm honored that on behalf of all the members of our Anti-Bias Task Force, we honor you, we congratulate you, and we couldn't be more proud of having met you and seeing the part of your leadership. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sonia. Thank you. At this point in the program, we have a special presentation from the Civic Association to Bill, and we are welcoming our founder and past president, Mary Eisenstein, and we will play a little walk-on music for Mary before she speaks. Thank you, Pat. Go ahead, Mary.
It is an honor and a privilege to be here representing the Mattituck-Laurel Civic Association. Bill, when we started the Civic Association, the word civic was such an important principle that in our first year of operation, we decided to have a Citizen of the Year. In that time, we have honored Bill Toder, Teresa McCaskey, Karen McLaughlin, the Harbs as a couple, Catherine and Robert, and Wendy Swowski. When you look, Scott mentioned the word civic-minded, Bill, and there are 2 of many characteristics about what it means to be civic-minded. And I think you exemplify 2 right off the top of the bat. Number 1 is your values, Bill, and number 2 is about making a difference in the community. Scott mentioned that you've been doing what you do for 40 years. And when you look at people who are committed to their community, I wonder how many people have both that length of time, Bill, and the breadth. The fact that you were not only involved in these organizations, the Board of Education, the town board, the Long Island Cauliflower Association, the Farm Bureau, and your church, Bill, the Cavalry Baptist Church in Riverhead, but you served on them in a leadership position. So your words, Bill, as a leader actually stuck in my mind. It said, listen and share with your heart, speak with your heart. And one of the wonderful things about honoring people, Bill, is that we don't always know what people think of us. Maybe some you do, you know, the ones you've known for years. But someone like myself, sitting at work sessions, town board work sessions for years, I witnessed you in small ways, how you exemplified your leadership qualities, Bill. The fact that you would pull out the seats for two of your colleagues, Louisa and Jill, and then sit down. It's a small thing, Bill, but it said so much. The other part about listen and speak with your heart, I witnessed you listen to people come before the town board for a number of years, and you would sit back. I would be watching you. You'd be sitting back and you'd just be listening. And then when you spoke, Bill, it's like that commercial, E.F. Hutton speaks, everybody listens. You would come with you had listened to the people and you brought such wisdom. What Scott talked about, what you bring to the table, Bill, that farming culture of hard work and principles, the commitment to your community and your ancestry. To live in a small town like ours, Bill, where you have so many people who think so highly of you, it's because you actually walk your talk. From the civics perspective, you were just so wonderful, Bill. You attended our meetings. When we asked you to be on a panel, you were right there. You said yes. And then when you made the suggestion to John Carter and myself to go up to the intersection and take a video to document and support our endeavor. Bill, we the Civic are just so honored to have you here with us and to celebrate everything that you've done. In this day and age, Bill, to have an example like you illustrate what civility means and what it means to be truly civic-minded, it is with our honor. Could you just bring the screen bigger so Bill can see this?
Hold it in front of the camera.
John, can you make the screen
I cannot.
further?
Pull your hand. Just put the plaque in front of the camera. Close enough.
Oh, okay. All right, Bill, you'll get to see it. East End Sporting Goods does an absolutely gorgeous job. This plaque is being given to you as our 2020 Citizen of the Year for your years of dedication and service for the well-being of South Hull Town. He has lived by his words, giving back to the community an essential part of life. Congratulations, Bill, and thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Okay, thank you, Mary. At this time, Bill, did you want to get your 2 cents in, or would you you feeling up for doing that?
I've never been one to be emotional, and so I don't know how this is going to go. To be honored by one's community, there's just a feeling that's almost undescribable. Having been born and raised here, it means even more. To the Civic Association and its officers and members and friends, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Can't hold it together.
Okay. Just wanted to give you the extra beat there. Great. Thank you. Thank you, Bill. Thank you for participating. Thank you to your family for helping that happen. We have a couple of more things, and the next thing that you're going to see is why I asked you to speak now and not after this. I am going to share my screen, and we'll we'll all have a little visit with your family. Let's see if we get this up here. All right, can people see this?
We sure can, Ann.
Okay, great.
And we need your volume on your computer. And we seem to have some audio problems. Let me try to put this video on from my end.
Shoot.
John, this might be something in the settings in audio. I'm checking to see if I can find some sort of setting to help us.
Okay, I'm not sure how to get back. I don't even know if you. John, can you get me back on the regular screen?
You can't do it. Merle Kramer has to do it.
Okay.
Merrill, I guess. She has to unshare her screen.
Okay, I think we're back, and I'm not sure, did we get to hear that?
I believe we did, yes.
Okay. All right, I wasn't sure whose screen was being shared where or when, but Bill, I want to thank your
We didn't hear it. Nobody heard it. No.
I didn't hear any of it?
No, none of it.
Oh, okay. So how can we make it so that we can hear it? Because do we know?
I can try a screen share again.
So so John and I, just so everybody knows, John's one of me because we're both using the same account. If you go to audio input and try alternating the source, that might help, because it just seems like nobody can hear except you, or Anne heard it when she was playing so maybe, do you see in the settings, in the Zoom settings?
Looking.
Okay.
Otherwise, Anna, you might have to just start singing. And while they're trying to do that, I mean, I can't tell you how proud Bill is of all the musical accomplishments in your family. Heard many, many stories about being up in Rochester and all the pride in both our Mattituck participants, right, Bill, and your family. So what do you think? Should I keep going while you guys are working on that?
Keep going, Ann. We're still working.
Okay. All right. I am going to, well, I have to pull up one more thing. Can I share my screen for a second? Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to go back here. I will not try to, wait. I'm going to actually go to the next screen. Can everyone see this, and can you still hear me?
Yes.
Great. So at this point, Bill, we do want to give you and your family another gift. This is a gift basket the Civic Association put together of some local goodies and items we will be dropping off. I was going to hold the basket up, but once they filled it, I was afraid I couldn't lift it. So you will be hearing from us and dropping this off with some gift cards and some treats and things that you and the family can enjoy together as with some North Fork treasures. So I wanted to share that with you and show everyone what a nice job Vicki and Maureen and Jean and Mary Ellen did putting this together. So how are we doing? What, should I try to play the video on my end again, John?
Yes, give it a try.
Okay, and I'll keep my microphone unmuted. Maybe that will help.
We hope.
All right, give me, send me a text or something if this is working. Let's see. No?
No.
Okay. So what else could we do?
Sometimes you can't change your screen when you're sharing. You have to stop sharing and then reshare the screen that's the new image.
You know what? I'm going to try something else. Okay, this is John now trying.
That's me. Is that coming through?
I can hear it.
Yes, it's
Yep.
working.
All right, go ahead, go back.
I'm sorry. Let's try it one more time. I'm not sure what's happening.
Do you want me to just try right from my laptop, from the desktop?
Sure.
All right, so turn this off.
One more time.
Okay.
Do we have audio?
Can everybody hear it?
Yes.
Let us swear allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for our land so fair, as we raise our voices in a solemn prayer. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountain to the prairie, to the ocean's wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America. God bless America. God bless America. My home sweet
Hey, thank you so much, John, for figuring that out. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
You can hear me. Great. Thank you so much to Anna, James, Vincent, Alyssa, and Jenna. Really made it look so effortless singing like that. And yet that talent is pretty unbelievable. Congratulations, Bill. At this time, we are going to bring things to a close. And again, thank everyone for being here. I'm going to ask if people want to keep writing in the chat right now, we can do that. And Pat, we're going to go back to you, and you are going to play get some music for us as we walk out to the parking lot and continue to chat. We will do that on the chat function, and hopefully in the near future, we're all actually back together and meeting in person. Thank you. Congratulations, Bill. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. It's nice to be together. Pat, that was beautiful. Hi, Rose.
Oh, boy.
Great. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Rose. Nice to see you. Okay.
Bye, Ann. Bye, Mary.
Bye, everybody. Thank you. You can unmute and say things now. It's fine.
Okay. Oh, boy.
Nice job.
Oh, Pat, that was
Thank
just,
you.
your contribution, Pat, was just so special.
Oh, thanks. It was a pleasure.
Just wonderful. Good job, Anne.
Anybody
Marilyn,
else? Anybody want to unmute? Say hello. It's a good time.
Meryl and John, terrific. Thank you.
Nice to see you, Jim.
Where's Jim?
He doesn't know how to unmute, I bet.
I'm mute. I'm trying to type. I'm trying to type on this laptop.
You're not very, you've never been very good at typing.
No, I'm not.
Hi, Jim.
Hello, Mary Ann. How are you?
Okay, how are you doing?
I'm great, thank you.
Good.
Thank you, Mary Eisenstein. Thank you, everybody.
Hello, Dr. Smith. This is Bob Lipa from the Suffolk Times.
Oh, hi, Bob. Thanks for being here.
Beautiful tribute. It was so nicely done.
Thank you.
Do you know how old the MC Mattituck-Laurel Civic Association is? How many years?
It's Mary. Mary's right there.
Mary's right there. We're celebrating 5 years.
We started it in 2014 and officially had our first meeting at the Mattituck-Laurel Library in 2015.
Can I find a list of past Civic People of the Year? Anywhere?
Yes, I have it right here. I can email it to you.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be great. Can I give you my email address? Do you have a pen right now?
All right. You know what? I'm going to let you kind of do that offline with Mary. Anna, did you want to say something? I see you're unmuted.
Hey, Dad.
Honey, come on over.
Congratulations. You have to unmute, Dad, if you want to talk.
There it is. Great job, Anna. Thank you.
Well, you bet.
You're welcome.
Oh, it's so wonderful.
Anna, what
Nice
a
to
talented family.
Yes. Nice to see you, Kim. Hello. Kim Mealy.
Hey there.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, you. Hi, Brian.
Hi, God bless
Mike.
everybody. It was a nice tribute, and just, I know Mr. Ruland as a family man, and I just want to say, as a person of faith and a family man and a father and a grandfather, what an example you've set, and I appreciate that very much. So, and you know, if anything I've learned about what's going on with the current times is that we have to tell each other that we love each other, and I love you, I love your family, and I think, you know, sometimes when we go through times like this, it reminds us that we have to be more loving. So that's the good lesson I'm taking away from everything that we're all going through, is to be more loving. And we love you. The Mealys love you. Everybody, the community loves you. I hope you see that and you feel that. God bless.
Thank you,
Thank you, Brian.
Brian.
Thank
tell
you,
a story?
Brian. Thank you, Mary.
Oh, Jim,
Yes,
Jim, go ahead.
you.
You know, I remember the night that I was hired 31 years ago. There at the table was Bill, and there was Bob Grabe, and there was Marty Sider, Joe Orlowski. I think Bill Jamaga was there, Dave Horton. And that was my first introduction to Bill. I heard the words kind of, he was this dignity, this presence there at that meeting that night. And so as the year went on, about 5 o'clock at night after Lee became superintendent, I guess I remember, that I'd see Bill coming down the hallway. He's probably coming from Lee's office and coming down the hall. I said, okay, so now he's going to do my evaluation of coming into the office. We sit there for an hour and I kind of listened to the North Fork. I was from the South Fork at that point. What did I know about the North Fork? And I learned so much by just listening to Bill share his stories. I heard the word stories there. Well, boy, he shared stories, and it was just great. So that was the beginning of a 25-year run for me. That was just, Bill. I used to, even after I became superintendent, I'd see him out there on the farm, and I'd stop the car and get out.
I did.
Shared stories. So it was a great time. I saw Anna there. I can remember Anna the night of the morning after the Gulf War started. I think I asked you to come down, and over the PA system, Anna sang the national anthem for the school.
Oh, wow.
And I can remember the story of Peter. Of course, I got a story of Peter at Frost Valley when he came out and beamed the principal with a snowball. I mean, how many people would do that? So great stories, but Bill, you're always, you were just the best. So, I wish you well.
Thank you, Jim.
So he got to talk.
Yeah, this is when we get to chat a little. It's great. Yeah, bye, Sonia. Thank you.
So glad she got to be present.
And Mary, take care, everybody. Thank you so much. Bill, we'll be in touch. You've got some things that are going to be dropped off.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
you.
Bill.
Thank you.
for everything.
Good luck, Bill.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Nice to do something positive. Great, everybody.
Yes. Yeah.
Congratulations, Mr. Ruland.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bill, hugs and kisses.
Thank you all.
Yeah.
Take care. God bless.
Take care. Bye, Brian.